Yeah.
absolutely. So what brings you to St. Louis Days of Ever?
Years ago, 7 years ago now, I was one of the founders of the conference. So for 6 years, I was on the board and ran the
Well,
conference.
thank you, because
Yeah,
this
thank
has
you.
been phenomenal for us.
So I will preface that, and this year I left it to my trusted cohorts in crime. So this for first year, I'm actually attending as a sponsor and attendee, and it's been a lot of fun, a lot less stress this year than in years past.
I can just imagine.
Easy
I-
just to go, oh yeah,
Yeah,
passing that on to the next.
I get to look at everything.
Pass the time.
I look at everything from a totally different perspective this year.
Yeah. So what sessions have you given while you've been here?
Well, I was here all day Thursday. I gave a 8-hour pre-compiler on MVC and Angular, just pretty hardcore web development. A lot of attendees there, around 80 to 100 people came in for that day. Yesterday, I gave a morning talk on Xamarin development and network communication back to Web API, and then yesterday afternoon, Windows Azure talk, so scalable applications.
So you went all the way across the gamut.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
like
so
it.
so I'm gonna
pick
zoom
one.
directly into what everyone wants to talk about, Xamarin.
Xamarin.
Everyone wants to talk about Xamarin because everyone has an opinion and everyone else's
They
stinks,
do.
right?
I've been a long-time Xamarin proponent, fan. This is my third year talking either Xamarin or prior to that, Mono.
Yep, Mono.
And
Yep.
having some involvement at DayOf.net and promoting those technologies. I've given a lot of boot camps. I'm a big fan. So my opinion is I'm pro Xamarin. It's a big part of our development stack. We jump back and forth. Our whole team's on MacBook Pros, alt-tabbing over to Xamarin Studio, back to Visual Studio, and building rich web clients on one hand, and then building Xamarin native clients to the same backend.
Which is perfect.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, what are your feelings about PhoneGap and Cordova?
I'm less of a fan in those. I will say, less educated. I know exactly what they do. I've used them to a much lesser degree than I've used Xamarin. Ultimately, both of those platforms and the many others like them are their web apps, their single-page web apps hosted in a very slick browser type interface. I, as a user and as a developer, don't feel that the experience can match a native app written in an Objective-C, a Java, or a Xamarin or C#.
And I apologize. I pushed you down the rabbit hole on purpose because I feel the same way.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest reasons I feel the same way is because all of our devices, whether they be Android, Windows, or iOS, right, all look differently when you're looking at the screen. And if you're throwing a web page up, it looks the same across all devices. And some people will argue that that's great.
Yes.
I argue that it is not great because a person holding an iOS device expects to have iOS device style features.
Yeah,
Same with Windows, same with Android. Xamarin gives you that with Xamarin Forms.
Yeah, Xamarin Forms. We use Xamarin Forms sparingly. My company has
I've
focused
heard-
more on the UI, UX design. So we've got designers that really want their hands in the metal of the hardware, and they want to open Xcode's Cocoa Editor and design an iOS app to be great on iPhones and iPads, and an Android app that is great on Android. So I've dispensed long ago with the notion of build once, run everywhere, design a UI once. We want full control over every UI on every device.
So that's interesting, because we've had people on that said, "Oh, I'm looking forward to a more comprehensive approach." I swear, one moment, one person, I'm this way, and then the other person tells me.
And again, I think it depends on the application you're building as well. Because if you're going to build something like to display data, right, like our mobile app, right? Our mobile app probably would look fine through Xamarin Apps on all, because we're just showing podcasts and videos and certain things, right? But if you're going in there to do something very intricate, it's completely different, like a game. If you're going to build a game, completely different,
So the back and forth, like financial stuff.
We get very creative in our UIs. They're not your traditional just here's a whole bunch of data, hit save, hit delete. So there's a lot more into the user experience, using a lot more paradigms of the tap, the device, swipe this way, swipe that way.
Yep.
That said, our HTML, our rich web apps are all responsive, built on Bootstrap using Angular. It's perfectly acceptable for a user to sit down at a Surface or a MacBook and open Chrome and use a huge amount of features, then bring up their phone, navigate to that same URL, and see a responsive and a very touch-friendly HTML interface. Now, we do not deploy it through the App Store, through a Cordova. We just design with that in mind, that mobile-first frame of mind, where we've thought through the whole web experience on every form factor. Then a Xamarin comes in, and we take, if there's a need for that client, we build a much richer mobile UI that they would have to go through a store to load onto their device.
one of the things I really hate is web mobility.
Yeah.
Because it usually sucks. It doesn't matter who you are, what site you are. It's slow. It's clunky.
Yes.
You can't push the buttons that
doesn't
you want
feel-
because but if you have an app
it's
for
not
it,
on Azure? No.
yes, it's not. No, it could be
Going
on Azure.
Well, going into your other talk, because you were talking about
Yeah.
that.
So Azure, we're huge Azure fans. We use a significant amount of those services across a lot of our customers' apps, our own apps, and that's our central backend. Our general stack is ASP.NET, MVC, Web API, sits on the server. I laugh and jokingly tell people, but it's the truth. About 20% of our overall code, I'd say my team writes in a year, is C#, and it's that Azure service.
Yep.
And the other 80% is JavaScript in rich web clients. But Azure, we use from service bus to caching. We build hugely scalable apps.
That's
And
awesome.
They're the back end. So people ask, oh, how much code do you share? I mean, it's 100% sharing of everything from that API backwards
Wow.
into our data store. And then the
Wow, that's
Xamarin's
really
and the HTML back into it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really
Yeah, that
cool.
is really awesome.
So, any more about your particular company and what you guys are trying to promote here?
My company, I run a company here in St. Louis called Architect Now, if you're not familiar. We're a project
I am
shop.
now.
We're a project shop, which is an unusual thing amongst these halls. So we do not do your traditional staffing. We don't find bodies. Startups, enterprises come to us and they say, hey, I've got a great idea. And sometimes
How can we implement
it's
this
written
thing?
on a napkin and they're like, we want to take a product like this to market. Can it be done? And we are consultants before we're technologists. We help them design their business idea. We help them vet it. We're idea guys. And we take, whether it's a mobile app to the architectures we're discussing,
Yep.
we take it from cradle to grave. We help them decide what the best technology stack is. It's Azure here, it's MVC here. Most of our customers, they trust us to make those decisions, right? Build us something great. And we're very agile and very hands-on. So our customers sit in, the planning meetings with us, the stand-ups with us, and they design as we go, which is different than...
Which is really cool.
We love it.
So I bet you guys have a large investment in the R&D side.
We do.
You got to figure out what doesn't work.
Yes.
You know
We
what
spend
I'm
a lot
saying?
of time here at conferences. We
Yeah.
travel. I'm a MVP, and obviously you and I hung out in Redmond last week.
Yeah, and had
So-
bacon and pretzels.
I hate both of you
Yes, you should.
equally.
So bacon and pretzels were probably the reason for the hate.
I don't like because I like bacon and pretzels. So
He does.
I really
He had the,
We
he had the
there's
pretzel
giant
here.
pretzels.
He had the giant pretzel here, and I go, oh no,
Yeah,
you don't
it's not-
understand.
The honey maple bourbon and peanut butter.
Oh,
But-
stop, both of you.
yes.
No, when you back to your R&D question, we use a lot of technologies and we evolve. We make mistakes. We're guys that
You have
learn
to be
from them.
nimble. You have to
We're
be,
nimble.
like-
We do a lot of code reviews. Customers have us out for like a one-day engagement where we just brainstorm with their team. This is where we're thinking of going. What do you think? And best we can. We're a great resource for that. Or a shop like us is a great resource for that because we've seen it all.
Right.
We've likely we're opinionated.
Why.
Yeah.
Here's why.
Here's why.
I like companies that say,
And-
no, but here's why I
Yes,
say that.
we're very opinionated because we've
Informed.
had enough experience with enough things to be informed and to give an honest feedback. That worked for me, that didn't. It might still work for you, but it didn't for me.
I like it.
And that's why people should hire companies like yours,
Yeah.
because you've been there and done it.
Right.
And that's one of the things I look for when I look for an employer or consultant, somebody that's been around. I'd rather see somebody that's hopped around a few different industries and done a few different types of projects, because I know you've been there and done it.
Yeah.
So you are already on my page, right?
That really
And we don't
helps
have to
scale.
fight about it.
It really does.
And the funny thing is, we just got a new designer on our staff. He graduated, or he was born in 1991. He's 23 years
Wow.
old, which
Whoa.
makes
And
me
I'll
seem
bet
like
she's
the
fantastic.
Old guard. And even at his age, he's grown up in a different world. He's an expert in all things JavaScript,
Yep.
the JavaScript library. It's crazy the amount of experience even a young guy
Oh, yeah,
can
yeah.
have with not too many years in our industry. It really comes down to just passion and being able to
Yeah.
go out and find and learn and read and absorb those best practices.
And
Yeah.
coaches get a little
Passion,
smarter, too, so
yeah.
you don't have to learn these huge
Yeah.
stacks of things.
Very true on that one. I'd like to throw in there that there were kids that were in my son's robotics team that were programming circles around me. I mean, and they were 14
There
and
he
15.
goes. I was just talking about him.
Yep. And but just fantastic kids. But the problem is that they're going to be great for the UI people, but they
Yeah.
could not build the architecture in the back end yet
I
because
think
they
the
have not seen
architecture
it.
Is experience.
Yes, that
It's
is.
all common sense, but it's only common sense once you've had the ability to see it work and to fail and understand why
And
both
especially-
of those things happen.
And especially fail.
Fail.
Yeah.
Fail fast.
Yes.
Fail
Fail
fast.
fast, fail often.
Fail off.
Fail off.
Yep.
Fail fast, fail off.
Yep.
Well, Kevin, where can people find more about your company and you personally?
You can find more about us on our company website, architectnow.net. We're here. I mean, if people won't be watching this while they're here, but you'll find us at conferences like this if you're here in years to come, or we travel around a lot. So
awesome.
Weird side note on our company, we have no sales staff. We are the sales staff, the developers. So we do everything from you sit down in a design meeting with us and you're interested in using us, you're going to meet the people likely in that meeting that are actually going to build it. So if you go to our booth here or at any conference you're sitting, we've got laptops open coding. So you want to see what we do, we'll just turn the laptop around and show you.
That's awesome. Yeah, here, let me show you the cool stuff I'm writing.
Yes.
That was.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Kevin.
Appreciate it.